Hi, we are Özbal Logistics and our teammates are Emirhan, Ibrahim and Öyküsü. Our contents and we are going to talk about information about our product, our customer route and transport modes, our company's annual projected expense for 2024, direct cost for liquid chlorine transportation, our costing methodology, total cost of transshipment for İzmir AŞ and our offer, what would differ if we use ABC method for pricing, is it beneficial for us or not? Information about our product. Liquid chlorine is a form of chlorine where a very high level of chlorine gas is mixed with caustic soda to create a liquid product. It is highly concentrated due to difference in production. It kills harmful bacteria and keeps the water clean. When transporting liquid chlorine, specialized containers are used to ensure safety. Our customer is İzmir AŞ. They want to send their liquid chlorine tank to Antwerp from Manisa. This tank will reach the destination in 10 days. From the departure point, the tank will go to İzmir Aliya port by truck. After the tank is unloaded from the truck, it will be loaded onto the ship. Then the ship will be sent to the port of Antwerp. The shipment will be completed when the tank arrives there. Our company's annual projected expenses for 2024. Office rent will be 500,000 Turkish liras for 1 year. Insurance of our company will be 220,000 Turkish liras. Employees' salaries will be 380,000 Turkish liras. Bill and supply expenses will be 320,000 Turkish liras. The cost of renewing certificates for being forwarder 60,000 Turkish liras. Taxes will be 120,000 Turkish liras. Total expectation for 2024 will be 1,600,000 Turkish liras.
The total direct cost of carrying liquid chlorine is 41,300 Turkish liras. This cost is broken down into several categories. Fuel cost is 1,500 Turkish liras. Driver's salary for a one-time carriage is 12,000 Turkish liras. Government approval for a tank capable of carrying liquid chlorine is 7,200 Turkish liras. Tank load and unload expenses are 9,600 Turkish liras. Documentation and other port expenses are 11,000 Turkish liras. Our allocation base is working hour based. This means that we spread the cost of our resources, in this case 1,600,000 Turkish liras, over the total number of working hours we expect to be performed in a year, which we have estimated to be 2,800 hours for 2024. By dividing the total cost of resources by the total expected working hours, we arrive at an allocation rate of 571 Turkish liras per hour. This means that for every hour worked, we allocate 571 Turkish liras of costs. This is a breakdown of the estimated total cost, which is 55,004 Turkish liras. There are two main cost components, direct cost and indirect cost. The total direct cost is estimated to be 41,300 Turkish liras. The total indirect cost is 13,704 Turkish liras. The total indirect cost is calculated by multiplying the total cost per hour by the number of working hours. We can see that the direct cost is 41,300 Turkish liras and the company will add 20% profit margin on the top of that plus the indirect cost. Our profit margin is 20% for every job, so our offer is 55,000, 4.5 Turkish liras times 1.2 equals 66,005 Turkish liras.
In the last part of our presentation, I'm going to talk about what would differ if we use activity-based costing method for pricing. Is it beneficial for us or not? Activity-based costing assigns costs to products or services based on the activities and resources consumed in their production rather than relying on traditional allocation methods like direct labor hours or machine hours. For able to apply activity-based costing method, we need to make assumptions for our company and choose some cost drivers. First, we identify 5 key activities involved: transportation, documentation, loading, unloading the tank, warehousing, and administrative tasks. Direct costs like driver salary, fuel, government approval, and loading, unloading expenses are easily assigned to their respective activities. However, indirect costs like rent, insurance, and employee salaries need further analysis. We identify cost drivers for each activity: distance traveled for transportation, complexity of permits for documentation, cargo weight or volume for loading, unloading, storage time for warehousing, and administrative tasks performed for each shipment. We use simplified cost driver allocation. For instance, a minimal indirect cost was assigned to transportation based on distance, while warehousing cost was calculated based on storage time multiplied by hypothetical hourly rate. Similarly, a portion of employees' salaries was estimated for administrative tasks associated with specific job. The remaining indirect costs encompassing rent, insurance, and other shared expenses were proportionally allocated based on the job's working hours compared to the total annual working hours. This approach helps distribute these costs across all jobs through the year. Direct costs like transportation, documentation, loading, and unloading was equal to 41,300 Turkish liras. Indirect costs like transportation, warehousing, administrative, and other indirect costs was equal to 22,728 Turkish liras. When we make this new calculation, we find total cost with activity-based costing system equal to 64,828 Turkish liras. After finding our new total cost with activity-based costing system, we also need to change our offer for giving fair price to İzmir AŞ. New offer would be 76,834 Turkish liras. The total cost with activity-based costing has increased slightly due to higher total indirect costs. This reinforced the importance of activity-based in capturing the complete cost picture, including activities like warehousing and the allocation of shared indirect costs. By implementing activity-based costing, we can gain valuable insight into how different activities and cost drivers impact the profitability of each shipment. However, we can't implement this system in our current scenario because our company has already predicted the annual expenses. Because of this calculation, we need to change our all calculations, how they affect the indirect and direct costs. Even it seem beneficial for us, changing system would create some problems in our businesses. Yes, it's beneficial, but implementing this system to our organization would create some problems. That's all we can say about activity-based costing system for right now. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Have a nice